Hello and welcome to the Generic Paranormal Show. I'm your host, KD Stafford, and this is Austin Maynard, my co-host.
Hi.
There you go. Hi.
Hi. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Just a standard message here. Just so y'all know, shout out CJ Faison. Fuck average. Be legendary.
Yeah, F word average.
F word average.
Yes. So, what are we talking about tonight, Austin? I'll go ahead and pull up some stuff here while you monologue.
Well, the topic that you put on there was not necessarily what I was like trying to talk about. You just, I mean, I was actually more interested. I was actually more interested in you in like what the components, because like I couldn't find the shit anywhere. And so like I was trying to figure out if you had the schematic or the components to it so that you and I could possibly put it together. But now we're about to expose it all to the world. So fuck it. Let's do it.
Let's expose it because hold on, let me turn on the chats here so we can see the chats and the people and all those things. How's everybody doing tonight? Hold on, I'm gonna get it here. Comments. Oh, I got comments on. Okay, sweet. Okay, so tonight we are discussing the mystery of the golden phone. The golden phone. So what were you saying? Go ahead.
Did you not hear it all? Like that whole thing?
Yes, no, I heard it. No, I totally heard it. Hold on, I'm just looking up stuff here. ITC papers. Okay. So the golden phone is there's not really a record of it outside.
Well, I thought what was that diagram that you had up that one time?
Yes,
you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, no. That's what I was gonna say. There's not really a record of it outside of the article that's. What's up, Linda Scott? So outside of the article that was.
Is it on World ITC?
Yeah, it's on World ITC. I'm just.
Oh well, shit! If I would have known that, I would. I mean, I guess I probably could have just guessed it, but.
Well, you kind of have to look through all this stuff here, and it's
Oh, is it kind of hidden?
Yeah, it's kind of hidden. So it's not hidden really. It's just
you have to know where you're looking.
Yeah, you have to look. You have to either A, know what you're looking for, or B, just stumble on it.
Fair enough. Okay.
Let's see.
Because I was actually looking at certain things online, and I was like, man, if I knew what exactly I was using, like I could probably get all the shit right here. Because I actually feel like it's not as out of the question cost-wise as you might think it is. It's like crazy to think about, but it's not.
Well, some of the stuff is kind of crazy when you get into cost type stuff. Oh, dang it. I'll find it. I will eventually find it here. Is it?
I feel like your video is like way behind, dude. I say like a lot. I don't even think about it. I do.
My video?
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean? Like my video?
Wave your hand.
Hey, yo. What?
I'm watching the video. Oh, wow. That was like 10 seconds, dude. What the hell?
Linda, is yours delayed? Do you see a delay from me?
All right. So the live counter, right? It's showing 442, 43, 44. You see that?
40, 50,
the live counter in the corner.
56, 57, 58, 59, 60.
Oh.
Yeah, 5. She doesn't see a delay.
See, I'm showing 501, 502, 503, 504.
Yeah, you're about 5 seconds behind.
But oh wow, so like my video, it's my video then that's just delayed. Although my camera video is like instant.
Right. No, it's probably just a lag on your incoming video, so it's like buffered. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's pretty seamless. I mean, I can see you good.
I think it's because we have like 80-mile-an-hour freaking winds outside.
That'll do it. That will do it.
It will.
Let me see if I can find that golden phone. That darn golden phone. You know, I had let's see.
I thought you downloaded it at one point.
I did, but dude,
because we brought it up on an episode like a while ago, right? Like a year and a half, 2 years ago. I feel like we've been doing this on and on for a couple of years, but
well, every time I look up golden phone, all you see is Trump's golden phone.
Try to look up golden telephone spirit device. Like use telephone.
Golden, but it's called the golden phone.
I know, but you use golden telephone. Just for shits and giggles.
Let's see, World ITC. Let me put that in. Maybe that'll make a difference. Here we go. Got it. Yeah, that's all I had to do. Golden phone, World ITC. Pull it right up. So let me share this over. Yeah.
Oh, that was easy.
So simple. So simple yet so complicated. All right. No, not that one. No. There we go. No, not that one. This one. Yeah, this is Babcock. This is Erland Babcock. Burlington, Massachusetts. I'll read it. I'll read it for everybody.
All right, you read it for everybody.
So just to get everybody caught up here, this dude is not some just loony bin wackadoo. I mean, he would anybody else, or I guess anybody who didn't know that he was into this kind of stuff would think he was just a completely normal person. And I'm sure, I mean, he is. He was. I'm sure he's no longer with us. He was an old gentleman. Maybe that's what the little cross means at the end there. I don't know.
That's just so.
I don't know if that's what that means or not. But this guy was no slouch. He was a double veteran, graduate of Sheephead Bay Maritime Academy in New York and North Atlantic War Zone and the Pacific War Zone, U.S. Army Signal Corps. Okay. So he's been around the block. Pacific War, that was that
seen a thing or two.
Korean War.
It's seen a thing or two.
Yeah. And we got he's a graduate from National Radio Institute, 1950. School of Modern Photography. Graduate 3-credit course scientific. I don't know if that really gets you how much credit that gets you.
What does it all mean?
The military, yeah. I mean, I'm not bagging on anybody military. I'm military too. And anybody who out there who served, thank you for your service.
Thank you, sir.
God bless you.
But thank you for your service, Mr.
Being in the military doesn't automatically, in my opinion, give you credibility.
No, it doesn't. Not at all. There's a lot of crazy motherfuckers in the military.
And war.
You know firsthand, I'm sure.
Yeah, war will do some crazy shit to you, right? And make you think some crazy shit.
I can't even imagine, but yeah.
It happens. And so, I mean, but he was into some shit here. He does have a lot of technical background. So yeah, AVCO, senior tech. I don't know what AVCO is. Calibration and repair of instruments. In charge of on-site calibration. All that's 8 years on the MIT campus, radio astronomy. I mean, there you go. He was MIT. That's pretty damn good.
And radio astronomy, so he was dealing with Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Well, 5 years at MIT Lincoln Laboratory when the Sage computer ran on vacuum tubes helped change the Sage computer over to transistors. That's pretty good accomplishment. So this guy is not just military credible, he's also like got a lot of tech background here.
He's a scientist in some senses, yeah.
Yeah, more like a engineer, looks like. Computer science, sort of. Radio.
I would call it computer science.
Is radio science a thing?
Yes, it is. Anything like think about, dude, understand radios, it's all science, dude. Like you know this. Transistors, frequencies,
radio in general. Yeah, anything
it's all radio frequencies. I mean, they don't just have to do with radio, like ghost, like radio. They're literally everywhere all the time. We just tap into them.
Right. Retired from university, from MIT, apparently, or is that Lowell Technological Institute, professional technician responsible for sophomore lab and electrical engineering. That's probably more of what you could call him, an electrical engineer. Lowell Technological Institute.
I feel like he's got a lot of different.
Sure, but yeah, I'd say overall probably more like electrical engineer.
Computer science engineer, maybe. Computer science, electrical, maybe probably a combination of both, like you were saying. Or like the computer science, but plus electrical engineering combination. Like that's where you could get into robotics and shit, isn't it?
Robotics is nowadays just kind of robotic.
Well, I feel like
it actually be like a machine, or not machine, sorry, mechatronics is what they call it, mechatronics. And that's where you use like electronics, mechanical and everything kind of to build robots and assembly lines and to do all that stuff. It's all kind of together. So nowadays it'd be mechatronics and robotics. Robotics is still a thing, sure. But I think robotics, mainly you work on robots. Whereas
anyways.
Electrical engineering is what it all kind of lays under. But anyway, this guy's got a lot of accreditation. In the late 1980s, Project St. Peter, the next step beyond SpearCom, was a multifaceted effort launched by meta-scientist President George W. Meek to access the higher realms of spirit through such efforts as holographic audio, video feedback, and materialization and dematerialization of physical objects, beginning with sheets of paper, which is interesting. Overview: the rise and fall of Project St. Peter. We started out in my basement. I provided several pieces of equipment to the project, as well as most of the optics. Lots of additional equipment was purchased with the help of outside funding. After 3 years, George decided that we needed more room, so the project was moved first to George's home in North Carolina, then to a mountaintop in Wyoming. After the project left my basement, I remained involved as a consultant, and much of my personal equipment was now being moved around the country. At home, I continued to work on a few ideas that didn't require the lab. What was your question?
Well, you said something about like materialization. Yes. That George Meek was working on. It's just, I wonder, because if you dive into the whole story of Mad Mike Markham, like, I know that you might think it's a little bunk, but
I do.
I think like because that was one of the things that he was talking about with the with that Mad Mike Markham was like talking about using those transformers and everything, was that some of the things that they were finding that required all of these giant transformers that he had to steal from the city lot. Whereas materialization, like it was almost teleportation or a form of they called it a form of time travel, but it's not really. It is. I mean, I don't know. There's so many different theories about what it was, but they're both kind of talking about basically putting something into this portal vortex thing and then having it rematerialize somewhere or later on, right?
Yeah, I think what he said was his first experiment was something like a tool or something, or was it a quarter? I can't remember. Something fell into the
Markham?
Madman Markham, yeah. Something fell into the void area where
they started off with like I think the first thing was like a nut for a bolt or something, and then later they graduated to quarters and coins. But then eventually it became like a socket wrench or and then it became a couch. It became all kinds of crazy stuff as well.
See, now that's
right.
I know that kind of lose me, and it also like if you look at the hold on, let me see if I can find this.
Like I believe that they were onto something. I don't know how much, because like I think that the couch story may have been embellished. Like there's certain things that it's like, okay, that's where it's like that's way too far, right? That's how I look at it, because where does the story start to skew from the truth? And I always generally look at where do things start to become embellished, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the whole thing could have been embellished. We don't know, really.
That's true, but I guess a lot of it. I mean, with Mike Markham, I have a lot more belief in Markham just because Art Bell sought him out and not the other way around. And that's like the big thing for me, I guess. If Art Bell wasn't the one that actively sought him out multiple times, then I would say it was probably a bunch of bunk too for a guy trying to get on Coast to Coast, right? Sure. He wasn't the one trying to get on Coast to Coast. He was just doing his own thing.
Well, possibly. Or he could have just been, dude. I mean,
no, that's a fact.
I'm sorry. No. Well, it's also you got to think about the world of entertainment, because I know Art Bell was like a radio, and he was well loved and trusted everything. But there's also a level of entertainment and showmanship that he brought to the show, and I believe that. You have to separate that. I believe there is something to this, and the truth is probably, I don't want to say stranger than the fiction, but the truth is probably just equally crazy, right? Just in like less of a supernatural way or a paranormal way.
Yeah.
I hate to be the Debbie Downer all the time, but sometimes I got to be the Debbie Downer. But look at his schematic right here. Hold on, I got it. Let me pull it up. I'm gonna close that one out, and I'm going to
flash me
window. All I could do was download the image, so
that's all I want.
Fuck. Yeah, I'm just kind of pulling.
Oh, that's not what we saw. Hell no, that's not what we saw.
This is, dude. It's even written down here. Copyright Mike, down at the bottom. All right, this is Madman Markham.
Oh, you're talking. Okay, that's not what I was thinking. I thought you were brought up the golden telephone.
No. This is Madman Markham. This is his. I just want to look at this real quick, and we're gonna get back to that. But this is Madman Markham's. Hold on, let me.
Yep.
Here, let me maximize.
Very vague, and yeah, I know.
So, if you look at the look, so we got it's basically just a look. Spark gap is magnetized. So these are just probes for a spark gap, right? And then now there's some interesting things down here: granite, transducer, hammer. But the point that I'm making is all this stuff, all this electricity is just going basically through all this stuff and then into these probes, and then it's more like tat 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 because it's a spark gap, right?
Yeah.
So it's not going to be a smooth. It's going to be like a pop, 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 pop.
No, yeah, right. That's correct.
But this right here, we're talking about, dude. This guy used like actual giant transistors or transformers
from the cities. Like they were sitting in a dirt field out in the city property that he just went and grabbed.
Kind of sounds like some shit that I don't know. I hate to say meth head, but like some shit a meth head, down here in Kansas City would wire up were he given the proper motivation.
Well, the
Right before he
difference though is that Mike Markham is a true electronics like tinkerer. Like he blew the whole town circuit one time and got in trouble for that.
Mhm.
Like the whole town's power was blown.
Oh yeah.
Because he was trying to use a lot of power. So yeah, I mean the dude was actually genuinely trying to generate a ton of power for something.
I believe that.
Now what he built there or what he drew there on the paper, like yeah, we know the effects of, I mean, yeah, the spark gap. We know what the spark gap does and how it sounds and what it is. It's plasma basically, but what is all of that underneath doing to, I mean, what there's got to be some, I mean, obviously we don't know what the deep tech side of it is, I guess, but you know what I'm saying?
It's easily like reproducible.
If
Like
you know exactly what he's doing.
Yeah, if you had the right, like if you had those big commercial transformers and everything, it would be easily.
Yeah, I'm sure you could like look through all his notes and probably figure it out. Or, if you just sat down, I'm sure somebody could reproduce it.
And he was a relatively young dude too, wasn't he?
I don't know if he's even alive or if he's dead or what. This was only in the 90s that this all happened. It's kind of crazy. So,
well, he kind of broke contact, and okay.
Yeah.
But anyway, Madman Markham is it sounds kind of similar, minus all the super dangerous.
Well, all I was talking about was that it all they both were led to the same kind of thing, like the materialization or rematerialization of physical objects through some kind of, right? Like that's what George Meek was looking into, right?
In that sense, yeah, it is similar.
That was the only thing that was on my mind, was because I was just thinking of how that's what Mike Markham's story. They said they were doing that.
So, we're gonna go on to the next. If I can find my mouse over here on the screen, good grief!
Hey, did you find that picture of the golden telephone? Because I think you know what I'm talking about, right? With the super chilled. Oh, let me bring that motherfucker up, man.
Now, this is very similar, actually, to what we've been doing, or what we have been doing.
That's the one right there. That bottom one. Yep, that motherfucker right there.
So this right here, and this is probably, I don't know what a mascot laser is, but I would assume this is a higher power laser, and it's not really that I could see transmitting audio through. It might be a high power laser, might not, but it looks like they're just taking and splitting the beam down here, and the laser. You got a laser detect. No, I guess it is.
Laser trainer modulator.
Yeah. So what they're doing is they're running the Spearcom through this is the tone generator, right? For the Spearcom.
Yeah, the Mueller tone generator to just a black sheet to absorb the light.
Well, that's blocking.
Yeah, you're right. Through a light or through a lens projecting through to a black screen to absorb the light. I'm assuming while there's another laser that goes through a lens crossing through the same light frequencies. So it's basically picking up the tone generator audio through through that other laser going into there and then bending 3 times through the prism.
That's what it looks like. Now I've never tried this.
That's interesting.
I would like to try this actually, because if this would work, then that means I would be able to transmit.
That's a lot of doors opening up right there.
Forget all this other shit over here, right?
Right.
And just look at this, right? If I could do this part right here.
I know where you're going with that. Yeah, I know where you're going with it.
Yeah, I could use a green laser. I could use a purple. I could use a UV laser. I could use any spectrum laser I wanted to, if this would work.
What a fucking...
I don't know that that's going to work. I don't know that you're going to pick up that this laser is gonna pick up the audio or the the particles from this laser because it looks like they're just crossing them. And I don't know if I can
So
blow
the
this.
photons would, in theory, the photons would be interacting, and and if it's the same frequency laser, then they should.
Is that better?
I mean,
I
that's
mean,
a
I don't know.
sure.
I don't know. It's kind
Oh,
of like
there we go.
saying,
Yes, thank you.
it's kind of like saying, well, does this can you just pick up all if you cross lasers, do the parts of the other laser get caught up in the one laser, right?
I think so. I
You
think the
think so?
photons will knock each other, or they will blend
Possible.
in together. Because I don't. I think if you had different frequency lasers doing it, like you said, a green and a purple, they'd probably bounce off or interact a little differently than
Maybe
if
you
you
have to
had
have
like
the
two
same
red lasers doing it, right?
Yeah.
Because the
Maybe.
two red lasers, that it's the same frequency, so it would kind of blend together. That's like so for example, if you were able to change the frequency of your hand to the same as the table, you could pass your hand right through the table with no because they would not interact, or they would, or I can't. I'm mixing up the terminology, but that is the fact of the matter, that if you could change the frequency of yourself to match another physical object or another thing, then so in that sense, the laser photons, because they've become actual laser, well, no, I guess they're still massless.
It's a good question. And it'd be a
This is
good
a crazy cool experiment. We got to try this.
this will be a cool experiment. But
Fuck yeah.
so they're sending the laser through a
Mhm.
lens and then through another lens and then breaking it up through the prisms. And I suppose that this is getting picked up somewhere. And
So these are
then
just blocks. So it looks like those are just blocks to hold the things in place, maybe.
no, the black lines and it says blocks and then this says block.
Yeah, what is
That is
that?
blocking the beam from coming out of this other end of the
So
prism.
it's like a black sheet of some sort, or a black screen. Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, it's just a screen because if you shoot a laser through a prism, you know what happens. It's going to come out like
So
the other two sides.
what kind of special mirror is that? Like a two-way mirror or something?
Well, it looks like it could be a two-way mirror.
I wonder if it would do that.
I don't know.
The
I don't even
two-way
know what
mirror
a
would allow
retro
you to.
reflector is, so I really couldn't tell you.
What is it? Where?
We got
A retro reflector?
retro reflector, and then we got a graviton loop and a Mobius.
Why do you know what I want to think? I want to. I
Ferrofluid pumps, and this right here is something Katie's been talking about. The ferrofluid pumps.
I love ferrofluid. I have ferrofluid.
Well, she has been wanting to make a ferrofluid.
Those box?
No, not a ferrofluid ghost box. A ferrofluid, like a the water tornadoes.
Oh yeah.
So she wants to make one of those. Kelly. Kelly says, "Hi, gonna zone in and try understand what is this you're talking about. Love to your missus, Kellyanne." Yes, thank you. I will tell my missus that you sent her love. So we're talking, but yeah, we're trying to understand it too, Kelly. So toroids, electronic instruments. See, now that is super vague.
I'm assuming electronic instruments is for data collection, like measuring.
But it's going.
But the ferrofluid pumps.
Well, maybe that is the pump. Oh no, that's the ferrofluid pump. So yeah, is very vague. It's very vague.
But in a retro reflector, I'm wondering if that's just some form of, like, if you were to take the reflector out of a car windshield or a car light, you know what I mean? Like a headlight, the reflector.
Retroreflector is an optical device that reflects light or electromagnetic radiation directly back toward its source, regardless of the
Oh yeah,
angle
so
of the
basically just a
incident.
concave. Okay, yep.
Utilizing corner cube prisms or microspheres. These devices ensure high visibility for safety signs, clothing, and precision and distance measurement, laser
Mhm.
ranging. So,
Yeah,
as Kelly
that
said,
makes sense.
is this the phone that Andy Warhol talks about? The famous line, "You can talk to God." He was supposed to. Said Jim Morrison.
I don't believe so. No.
He had a sculpture of a phone he made. He may have been referencing this, but I don't know if the timelines line up because I believe Andy Warhol was
He's
that.
actually relatively recent. He's like,
I mean, 70s,
yeah, he was in the, I thought 60s maybe.
60s, 70s, probably. Okay.
I feel
Well,
like he
there's.
died in the 90s, didn't he? Or is that, or am I thinking of Picasso? I don't know.
You thinking of Andy? You thinking about the other guy?
Andy
Andy.
Dick.
No, not Andy Dick. That guy might be dead right now. We don't know. He's
If he
going through.
is, he's gonna come back in like 2 years out of nowhere.
He's going through some stuff. Yeah, with a busted lip, like trying to touch dudes in a camper.
Well, it's gonna be like, dude, we
Something
thought
like
you died. Where have you been? Oh, I've just been on a bender.
Yeah, I've just been on a bender. What's it to you? Hey, cute guy. So anyway, the tape recorder. You know what's
Is
so
it real?
crazy
Real?
is they're using all this stuff over here. This is seems like such high technology, and then we get over here and it's just tape recorder.
That's the only way they know how to record the audio. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so interesting. And yeah, we're sitting here stumbling over all this other crap, but we could do so much more with just tape recorder. But anyway,
Oh yeah, we could modernize this thing big time.
Kelly says the thing he made is it kind of, or no, is it kind of like a water mirror scrying divination thing?
No.
This is more of a audio. Well, you could say that in an audio sense, because you are kind of looking into a medium of noise, and like natural and mechanical sounds and electronic sounds, but then you're looking into it and you're not really divining, because divining, I kind of think of that as like somebody, like if I have trained in divination or whatever, I can look into a tea leaves and I can see a thing, right? Yet I hand it to Austin, and Austin's never trained in it, and then he could be like, "Oh, I don't see shit. I see tea leaves." And
I see a butterfly at the bottom of this
right,
cup.
yeah. So I think it could be kind of that in a way, but it's more of like take the divining part out and just what do you hear, what do you see?
I would
Divining
liken scrying more to like what Keith Clark does with that purling noise. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, but is he actually is he like producing an image that you can see and I can see? Well, that's not as much scrying, because scrying is more of a personal experience type thing, right? And it's not something everybody's going to see. Like if two people are sitting there side by side and they're looking into a candle.
I disagree. The Rorschach test.
Yeah, I know I see what you're saying. The Rorschach test. No, yeah, now we're definitely
two people could interpret
different
the
things,
image differently.
probably though.
But we're both going to see something.
We're both going to see something, but we're both going to see different things. So yeah,
that sounds like an EVP. Sounds like literally fucking pareidolia almost.
It is pareidolia in a way. I mean, it is pareidolia. It's how our brains see patterns, look for patterns and stuff, right? So, but yeah, going back to this laser detector. Now, what they're doing right here, this is 100%. From here. Well, wait, from the laser trainer modulator. Hello, Susan Babcock. Rich, you know what, Susan? It's funny that you joined up here because we're talking about the golden phone, and the person that made it is Badcock. His last name is Badcock, and your last name is Babcock.
Even fucking think about
interesting little thing there. Just pointing that out.
Can I just Yeah, I won't make my comment. Go ahead.
What?
I didn't even honestly. I did not even hear that the guy's last name was Badcock.
You didn't hear that?
Oh, no, yeah. I'm gonna be an adult and be mature. So continue.
Yes, be an adult. Let's be adults. Let's have fun and be adults. Can't have fun when you're being an adult. But so Special Mirrors, that is my maiden name. Okay. Yeah, Rich is your married name. So toroids.
Toroids. Yeah.
Now he is using toroids, and we have seen some people with some interesting claims from about toroids and like anti-gravity and all this stuff.
For those that don't know, a toroid is a donut shape.
It is a donut shape. And there are toroidal coils, which are very intricate, complicated, like especially to make. I don't know how the fuck they do that. Looks like science to me, or not science, but magic, because that's some crazy shit. You look at a toroidal magnet or magnetic coil. That's crazy, dude. How they wind those wires and everything in that shape. But anyway, that's not just in a ring.
So, but I'm assuming in this sense he's talking about a plasma toroid with a graviton loop.
No, he's not talking about a plasma toroid. Okay, so look, so this right here, this is. I've
been hearing a lot about plasma toroids lately. They've been fucking looking really cool.
So, when you say plasma toroid, what are you talking about?
So okay. So you haven't seen those. You haven't been seeing.
I mean, I know a correlation between plasma and a toroidal magnet, and I know some cool shit you can do with that.
So yep. So now use the toroidal magnet to shape that plasma into a donut.
Yeah, it kind of more makes like a plasma wall, sort of like a really cool little. It looks like a
ring.
little. Oh, I'll show you. It looks like a little
ring.
It can, depending on.
Look at it. Look it up. You can buy one of these things, man. I could buy one.
Sure. No, I'm saying you can buy one. Yeah,
but like a little globe, and it just creates it. But I know in when they're trying to work with like they're actually apparently with fusion. What they're doing over in either Japan or China, they have that fusion reactor that they're trying to hold it hold the plasma toroid for so long, and if they can continue to hold it, they've actually achieved. This is crazy. I just saw this. They actually have achieved greater output than input with fusion for the first time. Like they actually achieved it.
Now, I got a really good one for you, and you've probably already seen this one, but this is more interesting. We'll look at a plasma toroid also. So let's look at that. This is a video that I've already been watching here. I'm going to share
Plasma vortexes are really cool, too. I like those. I love plasma. It's fucking
plasma awesome. Vortex is super cool. Now, this is
free to go zooming around.
This is cool.
In the
this is it. This is what I was talking about.
The loop of plasma is electrically conductive and behaving almost exactly like the copper ring we imagined earlier.
100%. This is what I was talking about. Yep, right there.
That's because there's mobilized electrons, which can be accelerated by the coil's changing.
Now, this is cool.
This is so fucking cool, dude.
But
I'm gonna buy one of those bitches.
This is, in my opinion, cooler.
I can't see nothing.
You can't see it. Well, you'll be able to see it.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
I think you're.
Oh yeah, the plasma vortexes. Yeah,
the plasma vortex, and this is just one of them.
There's I know. So when I was on Deathwalker, when I was filming with Nick, I actually at one point bought one of these off of Etsy. And then the guy messaged me and said like he could not get the parts for a very long time apparently, so like he refunded the money. But it was like I really wanted to do that shit.
The parts for this
are like, easy. It's easy.
It's a toroidal like rare earth magnet or
you're basically just creating a spark gap with a magnet. That's all it is.
It's a neodymium magnet, plasma, or Jacob's ladder, pretty much. That's
basically
all it is. It's a neodymium, and he's got the one end of the coil, or the Jacob's ladder, the ground,
battery.
the ground end coming in to the center, and
give
me a bunch of trouble when I try to get on to the video there, but yeah.
Oh yeah, I've been seeing those for a long time, dude. They are fucking cool as shit, dude.
Yeah, they are super cool. Now that looks more like if you were to, like, let's say, open some sort of paranormal vortex or something. I feel like that's what it's gonna look like to me, and not this part. But
hear this though. Like now, you could look up videos of people doing that with the audio driver in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so basically it's creating a musical Tesla coil speaker.
Sure.
But it's not a Tesla coil, so it's not like it's actually a little bit smoother sound with the vortex.
Because it's a higher frequency. Yeah. And it's so what it does.
Well, that's square waves, right?
He's using right now to drive this is probably something similar to the
like a Tesla or a
I'm talking about the high voltage generator of it. Well, no, the high voltage generator section of it, because you can use different things. Like for Jacob's ladder, I'm going to use a neon sign transformer. Right?
Transformer, that's right. Yeah.
For this, with this got a much higher frequency and a smoother it's probably a lower voltage. You're probably looking at using like the like a transformer from old television set, from old CRT monitor, which I've used before in several projects. You can buy them on Amazon or eBay or that's Pucker. Agreed. About tutorial fundamental stuff. Agreed.
He said puker.
What the fuck? But yeah, so
for a minute.
Anyway, so but we're gonna try to stay on point. So getting back to the thing that we
golden telephone.
The golden telephone. So let's look at now this says right here, this diagram of the laser communication system. Now we speculate. This is kind of our thing on here. We speculate a lot of shit by looking at pictures before we actually read the shit. And then we read the shit and we find out how wrong we are. So now we're getting to the how wrong were you portion of our little spiel that we just did.
Wow, speculation.
Do you believe we've been streaming for 43 minutes already? Does it feel like it's been 43 minutes? Did we fall into a time loop? Did we fall through Madman Markham's
time gap,
high voltage time thing?
Almost like we flew through the Bermuda Triangle.
That looks like a hippie in flares dancing around in the circle. It does look like a hippie in flares.
Yeah,
circle. I agree. So now we're into the non-reckless speculation part, and this diagram of the laser communication system. So it is a laser communication system. There we go. See, was based on the subject of holography. You might call it holographic audio. The use of light as a detector. The micro generator was placed. You know what's interesting, right? Is I have not read all of this. I have looked at some of these, but I can tell you 100% for sure. I never looked at this before I made the laser audio transmitter.
I believe it.
And so it's strange to me that I came up with damn close basic principle of this device without ever even hearing of it.
Well, laser audio transmission has been a really cool science project for years, but the way I like to see it is that great minds think alike, and so you were already independently thinking of this idea that this guy had on your own. Like you just kind of naturally got to the same progression as him. It sounds like.
That's
So
what it feels like. Yeah. So or
but not many
on the
people
other
get to
side.
that though. Like that's the big thing is not many people actually get to that level, that point in understanding, right?
Mm.
Or even not necessarily understanding, but like deep creativity or like diving into shit like deeper and deeper and deeper each time, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it does seem like a kind of well, for me and you, it may seem like a like a
But we're sitting on the shoulders of guys like that, so
we are, and it's you know, I'm not saying I came up with laser communication. I'm just saying that it's interesting that I built this device and used a beam splitter, or you know, is what I was calling it, but it's really just a prism.
Crystal, right?
It's a prism. But I also used a crystal and busted
for the audio stuff. That's really cool.
Audio coming on the other side. I still haven't seen that. I still
I
haven't seen
love
that.
No, I love that idea. That is an awesome idea.
It's a very interesting idea, I believe. Thank you.
And I think it needs to be explored much further.
Oh, it does. I definitely gave up. Oh, I didn't give up on it too fast. I just had a lot of other things come up, and you know, the God helmet thing or ghost helmet that kind of took off, and so that took up a huge portion of you know, my research and time. But so let's go back over here and see if we can figure out what's the deal with
airline food.
Yeah, what's the deal with airline?
What's the deal with airline food?
Who are these people? Who are they? And why do they know so much? The micro generator was replaced by a Kynar film strip, which is sensitive to light. Another modification was to put a thin reflective covering over the speaker, which eventually got replaced by a small front surface mirror. What? So it's got a beam splitter, we got a laser, we got a mirror, we got a beam splitter, BA speaker.
I mean, that diagram, the way that's set up, you could, I mean, the way that we could modernize that, dude, you could take that to 8 different levels.
Oh yeah, sure. No, we could do so much more with that. Probably, you know, we could do more than 8. I mean, there's so many different configurations.
Well, when I say 8, I just mean like
8,
the number of things that you could build from off of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So name the 8, Austin. I want all 8. I want all 8 of them. I want them in alphabetical order. Okay. So let's look at this diagram up a little bit closer here. We got because I'm trying to understand this. Okay. All right. I see what they're doing. All right. So what they're doing right here is they have a speaker. This is kind of the same thing as a laser microphone is what they're doing right here.
But they're using microscopes. Microscope
objective. So
which I'm assuming
like they're using they're using like
they're using the little eyepiece at the top.
Yes, to blow it out, to expand the laser beam.
Yes, okay.
And so what they're doing with that
60x
reflecting that off of a reflective cover on the speaker cone, and that is going to pick up the audio from the vibrations
of the tone generator.
From the tone generator, and then they're sending that and picking that up and recording that
to the tape recorder.
Yeah.
Now that's interesting too.
They're doing it twice.
Man, I need to go through World ITC and start looking at some of these things because I have
tons of good ideas and stuff in here. And
I mean, I just want to try a lot of these experiments that they've already done. Like there's a bunch of cool ones on here.
Yep. No, there's tons of cool stuff on here. We could probably do a whole just a show on this on the World ITC website. Somebody's keeping it up. Somebody's keeping it up and keeping it going.
Yeah, whoever it is, shout out to you. Kudos to you, bro.
Who are you? We want to talk to you.
You could probably find it on the website. There might be some kind of information.
Yeah, is it might be on here. Let's see. Yeah, we're running out of time, but this is what it looked like in practice.
Yeah, I'm gonna go through. I'm gonna start because I feel like a lot. You add modern equipment, modern technology. Ooh. Oh yeah, I see what he did. He got a pegboard.
Yeah,
I buy pegboard up at Town and Country. I bought some before. I actually may even have a big sheet of it out there.
Well, I think this is a steel board, like a steel. Well, let me show you a better picture.
Oh, it's like a pegboard.
Like a steel board to keep everything level, right? Because a piece of pegboard could bend, whatever. Laser, like if you want true, you're gonna get something that's as true as you can get it, right? And that's gonna be like a steel.
That's a steel pegboard.
A steel, like, right? It could so you could, like, let's say you want a straight line. You're not gonna use a wooden board to make a straight line. You're gonna use
you'd reinforce the board. You wouldn't just have a straight board. That looks like it's mounted on a table, and
it probably is, but it's probably still all level to the surface. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's all perfectly all level, and that's probably why they're using that. But regardless, so yeah, a lot of interesting little machines, and a lot of this is probably buyable in like a science store. You know, all your, because this is when you think about it. This is what Tony freaking Stark. This is what Tony Stark. Tony Stark did this in a cave. You know, that's what this is. It's like the arc reactor. It's the same goddamn thing. They're just taking, you know. But anyway, I wonder if they watched the freaking movie, dude, or have they watched the movie? I wonder if the people who made that movie, did they research.
He just had a bag of chips and he's had a bag of chips in a pizza box down there. How did he build that?
He built this in a cave. I love that scene.
Yeah.
All very interesting, and this brings back memories of my pictures that I used to take. Very similar. Interesting. And look at this one. All very interesting.
It's fascinating as hell, man, for sure.
But it's all Tony Stark did this in a cave. So I think it's cool that they're actually making the rounds like the diagram describes, you know, making the rounds around the laser or whatever.
Yeah, that's why, like, actually I want to do, I'm gonna get a pegboard and I'm gonna mount it like I'm gonna do some of this shit, man.
And now this is the one that gets me. This right here is the shit that gets me. You see this? I don't know that I'm ever going to be able to afford this. This is
oh boy, the parabolic dish.
Yeah, the Metaglass on the dish. So a little explanation about the big dish. When it was completed, it never was completed here in my basement. You were supposed to be able to put a sheet of paper inside the large loop that stood out front. The paper would have your question on it, and it would disappear into another dimension. Sometime later, sorry, I don't mean to chuckle. Sometime later, it was supposed to come back with the answer. Now, this dish was wound out of Met glass that Hans Heckman wound. He wound it all into a big parabolic dish.
7 14.5-inch reels.
Yeah.
So show you the size of the dish and how much work went into winding it.
Dude, I can only imagine how much work went into this right here. Like, I don't even know.
Right.
The dish was part of a larger laser system. One laser was used to modulate another laser. Because of the configuration of my cellar, his basement, there was a need to bend them. Oh, that's why he bent them, because he didn't have enough room to actually shoot, like, project the laser like he wanted to. That's interesting. And that was the job of the prisms. So that's the only reason he had the prisms.
Okay.
My purpose for using the prism was to split the audio and split the laser, and then to pick the audio up in separate locations. So,
yeah.
But regardless, the prism is always just serves like a function. It's not like I wouldn't say it's a necessary part.
Right.
It's necessary to get I guess it is a necessary part, but it's not like part of the receiving process, you know?
No, it's part of the transmitting process.
Right. Yeah, part of the transmission. Yeah. The toroids were cooled by that's why they use ferrofluid, by pumping ferrofluid through the toroids. The dish being wound with met glass formed one heck of an inductor. The whole works was supposed to create a resonant vortex at the place where you put the paper. Okay. We had run the system up to 400 watts, but there was one insurmountable problem. That dish was facing my gas meter for the house, and my wife was against an explosion happening in our basement. That sounds familiar.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. At that point, it was decided that the whole system was to be moved to North Carolina, where wives don't care if husbands explode their basements. They don't even have fucking basements in North Carolina. I'm from South Carolina. I'll tell you right now, there ain't no damn basement. There's very few basements. Very few basements. Man, if you got a basement in North Carolina, you rich.
He had a bomb shelter out back. That's what it was.
Right. His wife would have left him alone at that point.
Right.
I don't think that was the case. It stayed there for a while, and they played with it down there, but for some unknown reason, they did not get it working like it worked here in my basement. Eventually, it was moved to a mountaintop out in Wyoming. And this is what I asked Keith Clark. And also, I've asked all the guys.
The storage facilities.
Yeah. I'm like, where is this fucking mountaintop in Wyoming?
Yeah, some storage facility somewhere that everybody in the world knows of. Probably going to be found on Storage Wars or something.
Dude, it very well could have already been found on Storage Wars, and nobody knew what the fuck it was.
If we could figure out like what town at least.
Yeah, he just says mountaintop out in Wyoming. They don't tell me shit, dude. There's like a million
somewhere probably near Cheyenne, maybe.
I
don't
know. And what was so why did we use the met glass again to make it inductive? Okay. All right. Inductive. Now this is a much more complex. This is actually it looks like these are the toroids right here. So this is what he was using, or what he was talking about. This is Project St. Peter, proposed magnet assembly for Mark 9. Is that 9? Is that 9? I think that's a 9. Yeah. So this is interesting.
Yeah, IXS9, yeah.
Rubber tube. And I assume this is for pumping the ferrofluid.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah, it's all very, very interesting stuff.
Yeah, because there's the laser beam running between the gap.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah, like what was the gap though? But what was the gap? We're missing. It looks like it says it right there, but it doesn't.
Well, this looks like a different experiment than the other thing.
It does. Well, it's Project St. Peter.
Yeah, it's different than the one we did before.
/ the Golden Phone. So this is like a version of that project, I think.
Oh, this looks. You know what it looks like? So they're using the copper around the thing for the magnet. It looks like those are ferrite antennas that are going through that. They're using, maybe not ferrite, but it's using the copper, like how you do the copper coil around it to create an electromagnet. Like he's basically using 8 electromagnets.
Well, he's using induction for sure. Like, I don't know. It doesn't say like what voltage, or it's just we have a terminal.
Well, it says right at the top, proposed
power
magnet.
amplifier from audio power amplifier. It looks like what they're doing. No, it looks like what they're doing is they're inducing a audio signal into you're almost right. It looks like in the flux lines. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
The flux. So that's kind of making those tubes into a speaker coil.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're inducing the signals into whatever's coming through these lines right here.
Yeah.
It doesn't say what's coming into the lines or if it's going out.
There's laser beam between the gap. Right in the middle on the left-hand side, it says laser beam between gap, and it's that little line going right dead center through the entire middle of it.
Yeah, and this right here is a copper tube, and this is a copper tube.
Yeah.
And so these come into the copper tube. So these are like T-joints in the copper tubes.
Okay.
And so you have 1, 2, 3, 4, well, 5, 6, so 6 T-joints up here, but these 2 are from the pump. So we got from pump, and then probably that says from pump too, but it might mean. So I said, dude, I don't really know where
we're gonna have to dive back into this next episode.
Yeah, we're running out. We are out of time. We gotta go. Okay. So we're doing events. We have events. We were sold out this weekend's event. Thanks everybody who bought a ticket. We appreciate it. We sold way more than 42 tickets. I think we're about at 50 something tickets. That's a lot of tickets, and we appreciate it, everybody. We have more events coming up. Cowtown, Aviation Museum, Wichita, Haunted Wichita Weekend, and Potosi. So if anybody's interested, check out us on Eventbrite PTFX. You can find those links on our Supernatural Inc. Facebook page, on Paranormal Task Force Facebook page, and all those Supernatural Inc. Facebook pages and channels and things and socials. Austin, you got anything you want to say?
Nope. Don't be generic.
Okay, and we'll end it right.